What's going on, y'all? So we back again for another episode review of The Shy. This season 6, episode 12, and it's called City of Gold. And let's just get into it because honestly, it felt like it really didn't give much, but at the same time, it gave just enough for me to talk about some things. Girl, I can't wait to get my hair done. Look at that. The one thing about my stylist, what he do is, he line me up a little bit sometimes to get these edges right. But anyway, first of all, let's just go there. This whole situation with Duda has to go. Okay, I don't know who gonna be the villain if he stay or if he do go, but at this point in time, he gotta go or somebody gotta touch him some way somehow. Okay, first we see him getting it in with Bianca, right? And Bianca and Tiffany supposed to be going into business together, baby. At this point, Tiffany and Rob gonna have like 15 different partners because we already got him being forced into being in business with Nuck so that he could stay alive. And now, Tiffany is in business with Bianca so that she could sell her product in her lounge. And she comes up in there and she see Duda and them all on each other. And so she just turned around and said, nope, I ain't finna do this, okay? And honestly, I'm not mad. Truthfully be told, I would have stuck with my first mind, which would have been not to mess with Bianca at this point. But it's like, because, and the only reason why I say that is because you really don't know what side she playing, and Bianca is like the type of person that's a double agent. Okay, Bianca is going on whichever side that's gonna benefit her for that moment. So if Duda gonna get her something, she gonna be on his side for that moment. If Alicia gonna give her something, she gonna be on her side for a moment too. I don't like people like that. She's all out for herself, which kind of probably the reason why her and Duda linked up in the first place. Meanwhile, speaking of that, Duda's still up in his feelings about the fact that Alicia's still alive. Okay, and the situation that's going on with what's his name, Emmett. He wind up telling Victor. Is it Victor or is it? I believe it was Victor. He told somebody whatever that he was supposed to kill Alicia. No, he told Tiffany that, and basically he was like, well, if I don't kill Alicia, then he's gonna take me out. And so what I need you to do is I need you to take me over there to Alicia so I could talk to her, and so that we could set this up so that they could take each other out. And at first Tiffany was a little like, sir, this ain't gonna happen, okay? But then he gets over there, she take him over there, and because he had to tell her, like, listen, at the end of the day, all of our lives are intertwined at this point. If I get taken out, my son ain't gonna have a father. Some things probably gonna happen to you as well because Duda just not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? And so he goes over there to Alicia's place, and we see Rashad over there Rashad was giving shaft, okay? I ain't gonna lie. Rashad looked nice. He didn't got cleaned up. He got shaved up and everything, lined up and all that stuff, had a new suit on and everything. I said, all right. You saw when Darnell told him, you got this new coat on or whatever. It looked like a hand-me-down from the 1980s or whatever. Probably one of Alicia's old dips or whatever. You better look in the pockets and see if it's some little cocaine up in there. Okay? Now, at first, it was looking like he felt some type of way, but I'm really concerned for Rashad. Okay? He put them glasses on and he was looking like Shaft. I'm really concerned for him because I don't want nothing to happen to him where he has to go back to jail because he has come a long way, But anyway, he allows, Emmett to go up there and to talk to Alicia. Now, listen, if I open up the door and somebody is sitting up in their bed all comfortable, like in their lingerie and robe, I'm turning my ass around, okay? Because I just don't feel like this is the environment that I need to be in if I'm finna ask for a favor or tell him some stuff that's going on. But Emmett surprisingly went on ahead and said, yeah, dude, I want me to take you out. And so what I need you to do is I want to partner up with you, and I'm giving you a heads up so you can take care of that because I'm not a killer. I don't want to take nobody out, but I'm pretty sure you want him gone. I want him gone. And I want to know if, we can still work together. The whole thing about giving me the money so that I can buy Duda out. And she was like, first of all, Smokey ain't even been rocking the way that it's supposed to after that shooting. And he said, just give me some time. Just give me some time. And I'm pretty sure Smokey would get back to where it was, because you got to let that initial shock value, calm down after the fact that, hey, the place just got shot up. And so, I mean, it is Chicago. I mean, it is what it is. I hate to say it like that, but, shit happens, and then we back up and run it for real. But she was like, okay, so he was like, I would rather work under you than under him. And she said, why do you want to work under anybody? And he said, because that's all that I can afford to do right about now. And he was like, if you give me the money to buy him out, I will definitely give you the money back once I, get that money back plus interest. And then he was talking about how, because I had forgot that dude I had opened up another place, another Smokies out there in New York, in Harlem. And he was like, yeah, it's doing good. Alicia said, now, have you been out there to see if it's doing good, or are you taking the word of Duda? And he was like, huh. And so at this point, they're now connected, and they're going to be working with each other. And so now I appreciate him too for letting her know, though, that this man trying to take her out and all this stuff. When it comes to Bianca and Tiffany, I don't think this partnership going to work the way that it needs to work. But if it do, Tiffany, you gotta be more smart. Okay, you're acting like an immature child. We are dealing with somebody that is out here that is running the streets and been running the streets, and I mean ruling these streets for years. Okay. And you get your butt up here when Duda comes into Bianca's place, and we see Tiffany, setting up some things. You wind up telling him the conversation that Tiffany done told you. Bianca done told you. I said, girl, what? Because when Tiffany and Bianca finally met up so that they can get the business going or whatever, girl, she said, I really don't want to fuck with you because I seen you up here with Duda, because I don't mess with Duda. I don't like him and all that stuff. She said, whatever I got going on with Duda ain't got shit going on with you. And trust and believe, the relationship between me and Duda ain't what you think, okay? It's strictly transactional. That's just what it was, okay? And basically trying to put it down to be meaning less than what it really is. And in Duda's mind, he felt some type of way, because here comes Tiffany talking about some, I can't stand you, you miserable. And that's why Bianca don't fuck with you like that either. She don't like you either because he brought some flowers or some gift or whatever for her, and he took that shit back. Listen, when Tiffany spilled all of that to Duda about how, Bianca said, oh, it's just transactional with you and her and all this stuff, and she don't really like you like that. Baby, when he snatched that gift back and Tiffany said, oh, she can't have a gift, he said, hell no. I would have did the same thing. Now, I was with Duda on that point, because you're not going to tell me that it's transactional and I'm up here thinking that, hey, we really got something, whether it's a relationship or understanding or whatever, and now you telling me it's something different. I don't know. And not only are you telling me, you're not really telling me. Somebody else is telling me that you done told them. We playing telephone tree. Baby, at one point, we saw the lounge get up and popping and all that stuff, whatever. People was coming in, taking samples of the weed. Bianca was setting some things up, like she had a special case, and she said they were all made by different cases, different one of a kind, made by Chicago artists, and that each case is worth $5,000. And she was like, Tiffany said, $5,000 for some weed? She said, hell yeah, this is a luxury brand, okay? This is something different. This is something unique. And I was like, okay, Bianca, I like your style. And, people will pay for stuff like that. We see how the crazy amount of money people have paid for the silliest shit that we've seen, okay? But yeah, so we got that going on. Alicia comes through, and she like, oh, it smells like reefer up in here. I said, well, girl, Bianca said, well, this is this 2024, baby. We ain't just doing cigars and cigarettes and all that stuff, okay? We got weed up in here, you know what I'm saying? We trying to make shit happen. And then, you got Nuck up in there at the end of the day. He got to come up there and get his cut. And, Tiffany was like, Rob should have never made this deal with you. He said, well, if he wouldn't have, Rob would have been dead. And so then Alicia was like, deals can be negotiated. He said, no, this deal can't. I said, God damn, things is gonna get crazy, okay? Meanwhile, Bianca had a night with Duda. Now Duda is on the spiral at this point. Okay, he pissed off about the fact Emmett is at the hospital or the after hours or whatever, because I was like, what the hell y'all at that hospital or doctor's office look very, very empty to be a Chicago place. Okay, listen, I done been to the ER at night, and that shit be most crowded then. I said, goddamn, where is y'all at? Ain't nobody up in the building. Who shut the building down? Next thing you know, Duda and Nuck come up in there, and Duda threatening Emmett, talk about something. Basically, you need to take Alicia out. I don't give a fuck if your kid sick. Take that bitch out. That's what you're supposed to do, right? He getting nervous. He is getting nervous. The tension is getting high, right? And so at this point, he went and had, a little drunken night and all this stuff. He up in his feelings and everything. Nuck telling him about not Bianca, but Brittany. Not Brittany. Zay told him about Brittany, because they was in the car and one of Britney's songs came onto the radio. And he was like, you hear this bitch? She up here making music and all this stuff when she's supposed to be telling you about Bakari and everything, and she ain't told you shit. And so now he and his feelings about that, he was like, let me pay this whole visit. He go over there to the studio and was like, so I give you $30,000 to keep an eye on Bakari and to tell me what's going on with him, and you ain't told me nothing. You up here playing games with this goddamn music and shit. And she was like, okay, hold on. But I will say this, he trying to write a book. And I told him don't do that stuff or whatever, but he said he gonna change the names and stuff about his life, because he was in his room over there at the Jackson's house, popping them house, and she came over there to visit Brittany. And I would like to delve a little bit deeper into their story and his background, because it's interesting to me right about now, because you see him evolving, and he's trying to get out. Like, he's stuck. It's like he's stuck in purgatory. You know what I'm saying? Purgatory. Because he got one foot in the street and he got the other foot trying to get him out the streets. And it's like, I want to get out, but I can't get out. I want to make a difference, but I'm being forced to stay in this situation because Duda got his clutches on him, and Duda is a scary figure. So he has this actual positive male influence in his life, the professor, who was telling him to write his things down and all this stuff. And we saw that, he did write some things down in his notepad on his phone, and he tried to give it to the professor. Professor said, first of all, you're going to have to type this up. Okay, like on a computer or something, and we're gonna have to put spaces, paragraphs, punctuation, and everything, so we can know when things start, begins, and ends. Okay, and so he was doing that, and his whole thing is he has to get a laptop. Now, when he was talking to Brittany, he was telling her basically, he already told her that he can't trust her ass, because listen, you left me my time of need. You basically was all about yourself when we was growing up, and she just started feeling bad about the fact that she didn't come back and check on him, because she left, I guess, because she needed to get out the environment too. And I hate situations like that where you have children that grow up, siblings that grow up in a bad environment, and that older sibling or whatever, they have like toxic parenting, or they're in foster care or something of the such, and it's just toxicity around. And then that older sibling is able to get out without the younger sibling, and then it caused resentment because you were able to get out before I was able to get out, and I had to endure all this stuff, and you didn't come back for me. And the realization is, they're just as young as you, and so what could they really have done? You know what I'm saying? It's a catch-22 in those type of situations. And she felt bad, and he even said, it's not really your fault and all of that. He told her about writing a book, and she said, you gonna put everything up in there about your childhood, about you killing the dude that killed Coogee and all that stuff, Coogee. And he said, yeah, but I'm gonna change the names and all that stuff. She said, you know what? Don't do that, okay? Don't put your stuff out there, because people gonna figure it out. You ain't got time for the feds coming after you, the cops coming after you, you going to jail, all of that stuff. And so she winds up telling Duda this, just to save her ass from Duda. I said, oh my goodness. So when Bakari pulled up in like this little spider car, right? And Duda was drunk as hell. And he was like, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? I said, calm the fuck down, Duda. Put that bottle down. You are going through some things, okay? Y'all saw Duda ass. It was little. But anyway, He basically told Bakari, because Bakari was like, you could do something with this. I guess he stole the car for him or whatever, because that's what Duda does as well. He got a little chop shop going on, right? And so at this point, when he said all of that or whatever, Bakari had asked him, can I get an advance in my allowance? I said, allowance? Allowance? Like you his son or something. But he said, the fuck you need an advance for your allowance? And he said, because I need to buy a laptop. What, you need to buy a laptop so you can write your book? I said, oh shit. And see, this is exactly why Bakari did not want that girl up in his life right now. He can't trust her. And he was like, you better get the fuck up out of here. I said, damn. Mind you, and see, this is the determination that I like. Bakari was told to email the professor or to type this stuff up. He couldn't get a laptop, and I'm sitting here like, how much is he paying that you can't go get a laptop, baby? You ain't got $100. Go to Walmart and get a fucking. But then again, you got to buy the Microsoft Word as well. Either way, it's not that cheap. It's cheap. You could get a cheap ass. But anyway, the kids don't be knowing these days. You get a little cheap ass Chromebook for probably like $200 or less. Okay. But yeah, he went and got a typewriter. I said, oh my God, bitch, I haven't had a typewriter or seen a typewriter since I was a kid in elementary school. Okay? But see, I like that. He's still determined. He didn't let that get him down. He found another way. He went prehistoric. Okay? He said, baby, you don't want it in the notepad on my iPhone. I can give it to you on the email. I can't give it to you. Bitch, you could have went to the goddamn library. But hey, it is what it is. He went and got that typewriter, and he was typing up some stuff. Basically how he thought him and his friend was going to live forever, but then when Coogee got shot and killed, he didn't want to live, but now he wants to live, okay? And then we see Lene comes in and basically was like, if you give up this life with Duda, you get enrolled in school, I can convince my mom, which is Nina, Kevin's mother, to let you stay here. She probably ain't gonna do it, but this is a start. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of, so Dre just ain't in the show no more. Nina and Dre really done? I mean, so and it was baffling to me because we found out that, something was going on with Keisha's son, right? That was, by her attacker, right? Her sexual assaulter. And, he probably have a genetic disease or something like that. I don't understand how they could find that out that quickly right then and there. But okay, TV magic, because I didn't see them run any myriad of tests to find that out. But anyway, so she got to find somebody in his bloodline to see what's going on in his DNA to see if that's what the cause is. And she was talking to Fatima about it because Fatima has some work with sexual assault victims and whatever. And which is good, but I really would have thought that she would have went and talked to her mom as well. We didn't even see her go and talk to Nina. Ever since this show came back, Nina only been on here once, and I'm just like, damn. So Nina gone and Dre gone. What's going on? I guess. I mean, you still got a kid. You still got Keisha, but with that being said, not only do you have that going on, you have this whole situation with Papa. And this is the one where I'm so concerned about. Papa, I feel like at this point is going down the wrong path. He is being persuaded. He is being gullible. It's like he knows that this is not right, but he is going against his better judgment just because of the glitz and glamour of it right about now. And if his father was around, he wouldn't be doing this. He wouldn't be doing this. And Pastor Zeke is showing us exactly the reason why his father did not like him. And the reason why I don't like him and I don't trust him either. You know what I'm saying? You see him, Papa wound up telling Kenya that, he's going to be working for her father. And even she was concerned. And she said, be careful. Okay? Be careful. He finally goes up there to the I guess the church, the building. Because that ain't no church to me. That's a big ass fucking building. Baby, they got workout things going on. They probably got daycare going on. They got PowerPoint presentations and conference rooms. It look like a big ass industrial ass business. Okay? And I'm just like, what is this? This ain't the type of church that I would probably go to. It's a little bit too much to me. A little too fancy. I can't. I really feel like if I really would have went to church, I would have to go to a little, like, corner church, you know what I'm saying? Something that's so down home, you know? This big mega shit, that's just a little bit too much for me, and I just wouldn't feel right because, again, I'm providing for you, and you're not really providing for me. Like, no, this ain't no real transaction. But he wound up finding the pastor, and he is standing in front of a cross, stained glass cross, that's in the window, and the way that he's standing is like he's being crucified, but he's getting tailored. You know, so he's standing in the stance of the cross. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like, wow, the symbolism that's coming through. And it's just further telling me that, no, I don't trust him. Because one thing about it, I just don't trust people who try to make themselves feel like they are on the same level as God. And in this conversation that he had with Papa, when he was like, oh son, you found me, he was like, I'm not your son. And he was like, well, in this, we're in a Christian, and we got this calling from God, and God is our father, so I call everybody son and all this stuff. We're his son. I said, child, whatever, no, you're not my son. I'm not your son. And so basically we get up into this whole situation of how he wanted him to preach at the ministry, the youth ministry. Didn't even tell him that. He wanted him to do that on the slide. He talked about something, oh yeah, because I get up there and I preach, I freestyle that shit. I'm like Jay-Z, I don't write stuff down. I said, excuse me, I understand trying to be relatable to the young people, but at the same time, it's given very much gaudy. It's given very much, I'm in this for the wrong purpose. And one situation when he was in that conversation, he said something. He was like, God gave me all of this. He said, and then Papa said, you mean it was it God that gave you this, or was it actually the people that come to your congregation that's doing the tithing and stuff that's giving you all this? He said it's the same thing. And once I heard that, I would have backed off. I would have said, you know what? Here's my 1 day resignation. Okay. You can do whatever you got to do, but I just can't do this. And, he gets up there after they sing Amazing Grace. Baby, I found out what Amazing Grace, y'all have got to look up the meaning for Amazing Grace. I said, oh my God, we've been singing this. And it was from somebody that used to, basically get the slaves, get black people, African people, and sell them and all that stuff, ship them off the girl. And he found, like, save a wretch like me. He the wretch. Like, oh my God, I found God. I shouldn't be doing this. I said, oh my God, this is what the song is about. What? But anyway, so the lady was up there singing, and baby, it was like a concert. I said, is this church or is this a concert? That probably would have got me. I'm not even gonna hold you on. I'm not even gonna lie, because I would have been bobbing like, okay. I see why you here. But then when Papa got up there and he had to get that speech and he started talking about his daddy and all this stuff, whatever. And, all of a sudden he started saying how ever since he came there, he got more money in his pocket, and it started talking about money. It started talking about money, like you motivating people to do better, and you want to do better, but you're talking about money and how you got this and that in your pockets and everything. And I was just like, no, Papa, this ain't the message that I want to hear. This ain't the message that I want to hear. You talking to the youth. The youth should be telling them, you should be telling them how, don't be tempted to do things while you're in school or whatever, live a chaste life and all that stuff. Not out here trying to tell them, oh, I did this and I got money off of it and all that stuff. Baby, I am so concerned with Papa. I just don't like where we going with him. And I do not trust Pastor Zeke. And then this whole situation with Victor, because girl, I almost forgot. Victor had to cave into the Black Caucus when they did that vote. And he voted against, he ran his campaign talking about defunding the police. Quincy, who is his manager or camp chief of staff or whatever, kept on trying to tell him sometimes you have to do stuff that you don't want to do or whatever because you need this money, you need these donations and all this stuff or whatever. Woo, woo, woo. You literally have to play politics now. And that means caving into things that you don't want to do. He don't want to vote yes on, keeping the police, increasing their pay, all that stuff or whatever. And so he had to. And once he did that, all hell broke out. All his constituents, there you go, get the words right. They all was like, you're a traitor. And they just was protesting, wouldn't leave the office or nothing. And he just felt so bad. And then Quincy like, oh my God, it'll boil over soon. And I'm just like, Quincy, do you not see how all these people are outside just hounding him? And so at this point, he tried to give Rashad a job and whatever. And Rashad said, please, okay, you ain't trying to, get back or whatever your feelings because of what you did and try to pacify me with a job. I'm over here working with Alicia. And I said, you probably should have took that job because Alicia probably gonna get you locked back up. But hey, it is what it is. Next thing you know, girl, dude, I had him, the reason why he was running for politics because dude, I had him by the balls. And so that dude, I can have somebody up in office and get him anything that he need. And one of those things was a permit for Bianca so that she could sell the weed and stuff up in her, her establishment. And she wound up getting that. And even Bianca was trying to give him a little bit of word of encouragement and comfort during his trying times where the people was turning their back on him because they felt like he turned his back on them. And so at this point, girl, he was up there talking to Fatima about everything. He was like, I just feel so bad. It's like, I'm so tired. I just don't know what to do. Bitch, all of a sudden, FBI come up in there and said, Victor, you are under arrest for the murder of Quentin Richards. I said, Quentin? Oh my God. I thought he was supposed to get him off. I said, what type of lawyer are you, Alfonso, aka Mr. Leon? You got him arrested. What is going on? I said, oh no. Oh no. Victor out here trying to change his life and he wound up going right into jail. Ain't this about a bitch? Ain't this some shit? But anyway, that was the episode. You guys tell me how you felt about it. And I will see you guys later. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Peace.